Cynthia.
Hello.
Just so you know, that's her Instagram. That's her picture. That's her card. This might not even get put on there, just so you know.
Okay.
He does a whole lot of editing
Okay.
for all the fuck ups.
Cool.
So, anyway, Cynthia's been with us for a while now. I'm gonna let her jump right in and talk to you about what she does and how long she's been doing it and what she's actually doing now, because she's doing something now to turn it into more of a teaching.
So what I do is microblading. It's just semi-permanent tattooing for eyebrows. And I've been at the shop now. How long have I been here so far? I've been microblading for about 3 years now. It'll be about 3 years, yeah.
Okay.
But I've only been at the shop for like a little over a year.
Yes, I know
right?
It's been a little bit over a year.
Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, typically I'm just the only one in here that actually does the microblading for the eyebrows, but I'm actually going to transition into getting apprentices, which I did want to like get more information, from you about that, because you have experience with actually getting apprentices, and I don't. I just kind of want to figure out what the steps should be. Even like how to choose your apprentices.
This is what I would say for that part. For the choosing of the apprentice, the hardest part about an apprentice is the feeling, the energy, and the knowing that they're going to be positive in what they're trying to do. Because apprentices pay, right? Just like as college. So they're not getting money while they're learning. So some of them start to see you making money and then they get jealous over that, or they get hurt where they need money and they're like, oh, I can't do this, I need money, right? Where did you think about that when you were in college? Like, you didn't give up college.
Right.
So, like, it's not the same mindsets that you would have for if you went to college. And that's what you got to look for, is the ones that are like, okay, I can drive. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I know doing this, I'll be able to start a career that I want to do. And, and for way less money than you would pay for college, right? Mm-hmm. So, look for that. Look for energy. Make sure you bond with the person, because you're going to spend a whole lot of time with this person.
Yeah.
Make sure there's room for growth. And when you talk to them, what I always do, I never say yes or no to anybody at first. I just kind of let them talk to me, and I listen to what they got to say, and usually I won't even be the one to talk to you. I'll let somebody else do it, and then Alicia knows how I am, so usually she'll do it. But for you, don't shake your head like you're interested in the conversation when your stuff, and don't disagree with them, because you can lead them.
Okay.
So when they're in there and you're like, you're leading them into, okay, let me get out of that. Nah, I was just saying that because you'll lead them into wanting. Mm-hmm. Some people can read people and then use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
So that's called a snake in the grass, man. It just happens. Trust me, I've seen too much of that. So what I would do is just kind of let them talk to you, and you kind of feel them out. And then when you can let yourself unwind with that person, like that one where you were in there forever, and you were like, yeah, I like that one. But then when the second one come, I didn't really think you liked her because you weren't in there long.
No, see, the funny part about that, it was the complete opposite. So the first girl, I felt like it was more so, it was just all me talking, and I wasn't really getting much from her. So I feel like it took longer because I had to constantly be like, after everything I said, I was like, you get it? So like, I don't want to have to do that. I want to feel like the conversation's natural. I want to feel like they're understanding me as I'm speaking to them. So the second one was so quick because I came in there and she just immediately, like, we just clicked. And everything I said, she was like, oh yeah, I completely understand. Like, she made it a point that this is what she wants to do, which, like, that's why I was like, oh, in and out. Like,
that's a drive.
This girl's,
That's a drive. See, that's what you look for, though. And it's an instant connection, but understand, like, the mindset you got to have is, understand, though, even though you like her and that she might work, just keep it in your head that she's probably not going to.
Yeah.
Because if you can keep that in your mind, you don't get as attached as much as you would. Because after a minute, you start to get used to these people. You start becoming attached to them, and then they're like family to you. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, ask Shelby. I told her with Alicia, I was like, you're not a part of this family yet until Alicia passes the torch to you and says that you're ready to come in, because of the fact I'm not going to even want to invest any energy in you, because I don't have time for that. Not to start to get to know you and actually like you, and then try to build your confidence up and move you into the right direction. To just be pushing you out the door to go somewhere else and do it, or go somewhere else and talk bad about this house when it isn't even that.
And I'd hate to bring anybody in here too that doesn't match the type of vibe that we have. Everybody's already so close, so it's already hard enough to bring somebody new in here.
Yes.
So that's what I was really trying to figure out too.
It is. That's the truth. That's why we have 2 booths that are open.
Yeah.
We could bring people in. This shop's huge.
Right.
I'm not bringing nobody in this place unless I really 100%. That's why Gracie The only reason Gracie got here, and she tried to come in before to get an apprenticeship.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and I told her no. And it wasn't even that I didn't think her art was good. It was just like, I don't know you, right? And then a good friend of mine named Kyle calls me and says, Larry, man, listen. He's like, I got this girl. She's friends with my son. She's like a little dog. She's always over my house. She's a cool girl. Blah, blah. And if he talks good about somebody, I got to listen because me and him are close. Yeah. So I was like, all right, we'll bring her up. And it was just like click, 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 click. I was like, and then she's so confident in herself, but doesn't even understand how good she is. She doesn't, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Every time I give her a compliment, she's like, "Oh, I could cry," and I'm like, "Yo, you're really good. Like, I need you to understand that."
But
like,
that's a humbleness, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not like cockiness. Like some people that are great, or even really good at one thing, they tend to be cocky at it.
Oh yeah. Because if she knew she was good, she would probably be.
I think she's learning now that she's good. Yeah. As many times people call her the GOAT and shit, like on her Instagram state, like she's got to know her confidence level is steady going up. And then she just went through a little issue at home, and we're going to talk about that. Me and her get to talk about that on the podcast. That's going to be fun. That's going to be some roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, her boyfriend had cheated on her. Yeah. And then I went to Walmart, right? And I don't go to Walmart. And I don't even really go to Walmart when we don't have an pandemic. I just don't like that place, man. So I go in there and I got her this cup. You know the Step Brothers cup?
I saw
see
that.
It's
Are we best friends or something like that?
Do we just become best friends?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was trying to cheer her up. And then I got her some candy and stuff and a card. And that girl, she's going to be a monster. And really, that's the only reason I'm opening a shop in Tampa is because I don't want to lose her as part of the family, and I don't want her to stop growing. Right. And I don't know anybody down there yet that I believe can keep her growing. Right. Yeah. So I only have a few months. So.
Is that like possible anymore?
Anything's possible with me.
Oh, definitely. Okay. I feel you. Sorry.
No, I don't care. I'll just do it. If that's what she wants to do, I don't have to pay for her to move down. I would just have to pay for Pete to move down. Right. So like, getting Pete down there wouldn't really be that much. It would just get him into place. Yeah. And as to tattoo artists, man, as soon as you open a door, money's coming in.
Good, like really good.
And we're already promoting down there now. Yeah. We already started. We've already started that side of it. We already, we flooded Tampa and Miami. That way we can get ready. Yeah. But that's where he comes into play. That's where Wayne comes into play. He's just steady marketing and doing it where we're moving. And just like Vegas and California, that's my next stop. After Florida, we're going to go to California, right? So we're doing it out there. And I kept texting her yesterday. I was like, dude, we got another one today. Like, shit, there's people just flooding, like, from all over. Yeah. And it's just the places that he's putting it in. It's crazy because I feel like, you know, when the state's closer to you, like, I have so much love in Delaware. Like, I have a lot of, I feel like Delaware's already a part of me.
You're like established.
Yeah, and everybody loves, I don't have really a bunch of drama with people, so. Right. I feel like I've already had the support here. Now I got to go worldwide again. And that's what I want everybody here to get. It's like the same thing because it's a good feeling when you have people from other countries. Like the UK, we're getting love from over there like crazy. And it's just crazy to see it because it's like, you know, you can really reach other people from other places.
Right. It's crazy. Social media and stuff like that is really crazy how you can do all that.
Y'all were battling over the Tampa situation. I was like, damn, the whole team's gonna go.
Oh, I know. Be there by myself. Like, all right, guys, some people actually need to stay here.
Yeah, like still. I still need to run this shop.
I mean, it's not like I would be going there to tat. So like, I didn't really have I thought I was just kind of like a side conversation, and then everybody was like, oh, we still need people here because Mel had said she was gonna do it too, and then you said Callie, and I was like, oh shit, like I could see her like later on down the road.
Well, and I already planned that for her. Like I'm like, all right, well I don't want her to do Florida because she's not even a Florida girl. She's a Cali girl. Yeah. And I want a house out in California, and I'm going to have one because I want to be able to go ride my bike whenever I want. I want to be able to do whatever I want over there. Right. So I'll send her over there, and that'll be another one. And the way I'm doing it is different. I'm not doing it as like I'm not going to be the owner of the shop, right? I'm just going to be a friend. I'm basically taking this place, and I'm about to just franchise it to where everybody can own their own. Oh, okay. And I just get a cut out of it. Yeah, right. But I'll go down, I'll build it, I'll help you do all that shit. We'll get it to where it needs to be. I'll even help you move out there, but I'll just get a percentage of an ownership. Right. So that way now you get to make money, and now you can do what I do, where you don't have to work every day. Like, you don't, which I still do. I mean, fuck, I still work 7 days.
You probably work more now.
Yeah, I work more than I ever had. But I love it. It's just fun to me. So, but if, like, say you go down to Florida, right, and then you and Pete go down to Florida, that'd be something you guys can decide if y'all wanted to be partners or if you wanted to just work there or whatever. But because what that would do is that'll allow you guys to create money for vacation or not having to worry as much as you do. Because as an artist, you always have to worry. Like, what if you leave for a week? Like, I know when I go on vacation, and I still think this way, my mentality still is like, I'm not an owner of something, right? Right. So like, I'm more of like, fuck, I'm off a week, I gotta make all this back up. I make too much money in a week to just let that go. Even though it doesn't come to me, it goes to the shop, and then the other part, like my salary goes to my wife, so I don't get it. But I don't like the shop paying my salary.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's my mindset. Like, that's where I was trying to tell everybody here, like, figure out a payroll that you can pay yourself. And see, right now you're still inconsistent because you had a baby and like you had a, so you don't really have a set amount.
It's not
But once we can get over this, and then you started to get it, and then this happened. So once we can get a number figured out, that's where you take and pay yourself a W-2, pay a little taxes in it, and then if something like this pandemic ever happened again, you could be okay to be like, all right, I can probably take off a little bit of time right now. Because unemployment would help you, stuff like that. So, and then your business will actually have money saved. Yeah. So, like right now, we're good. Like the artistic edition is always going to be good. Yeah. It's not artistic editions I worry about. It's myself. Right. Because I don't like taking out of my savings. Right. And I do it all the time. Right. Because I still have habits. I still want to go buy shit. I still want to do stuff.
Everybody else.
And I got spoiled ass kids. I got 4 spoiled kids, man. They always want something. Like I'm waiting now for a lady to get up because I try to get up and he's like, Dad, I want to get a Nintendo Switch, which I'm not paying for. He got his own money, right? So I was like, all right, he got $275. It's like $299. Tell me why all these motherfuckers. See, people are taking advantage of situations, right? And this is a situation. We're in a pandemic. People went around and just to all the stores and bought out all the Nintendo Switches. And
to like resell them?
For $500 some right now. Like online. I'm like, you bitches are crazy.
That's business.
But that's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
Because what about the kids that are sitting at home that could actually use that fucking thing? And we're willing to give up $300 already out of our own money, right? And then you're going to want another $300 on top of that? Like, that's some fucked up shit. Just so you can capitalize $300 off of one thing when there's people out here hurting.
People are doing whatever they can do, honestly, to make money in these type of times.
See, the mindset should be, let me become a wholesale distributor of this place. What do I got to do to buy in? Like, if I wanted to sell Nintendo Switches, I'm going to hit up Nintendo.com and I'm like, listen, I want to be a distributor. I want to make money the right way. I don't want to.
That's not the right way. That's what I'm going to say. That's literally business. Doing it. Yeah, that's actually trying to stay in that business mindset as opposed to just scamming.
Capitalizing off of somebody's.
Being a scammer.
Yeah. And that's what we're dealing with right now. But I found a lady online. I didn't tell my son I actually got the money right here. We're going to go pick it up when I'm done here. Yeah. She hit me up. It was crazy because that's that shit we talk about Facebook and you know when you say something.
The ads pop up.
So some lady put on, is everybody out of Nintendo Switches? I was like, damn, I thought I was the only one in the world right now looking for one.
You really can't find, like, if you try to go online, nothing
no,
like that.
You can get the light, which realistically the light isn't what you want because you can't take the controllers off, you can't connect it to the TV.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I'm buying the damn thing, the whole freaking reason was so the TV.
Yeah.
Like, the light to me isn't what he wants. Like, so, no, you can't find them anywhere. So when she posted it, she was like, I can't find one anywhere. And then somebody in a comment, because then I started looking through the comments like, ooh, anybody got one? And then one lady's like, yeah, I got one. And she's like, oh, I'll take it. And before she could say that, I messaged her. And she was like, oh, well, the lady already said it. Well, thank God the lady didn't get off work till late. So the other lady didn't buy it. She ordered it from offline. Okay. So I hit her up this morning. I was like, you got it? Did you sell it? She's like, unfortunately, no. She decided to order offline because I got off work too late.
Late? That worked out for you.
Yep. I was like, I couldn't beat it right now. How much? And it's only $175.
That's a steal, considering everybody's trying to resell it for like $500.
She said, we only used it twice. My son didn't even play with it. I bought it and he didn't use it.
That's just as good.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, that's good that worked
out. So how's everything with
you
guys?
Just honestly, I love it. I love the quarantine. Like, I'm the kind of person that likes staying at home anyway.
I see you doing your little squat challenges.
I'm trying to get right. I had a whole baby. Like, and then as soon as I was like back in the gym, staying focused, getting my stuff together, is immediately when it's quarantine time. So like, I'm just trying to stay consistent.
What are you doing? 100? What is it? 100 what?
Oh, that was just a 100 squat challenge. It was supposed to be for like 12 days. You do like 100 squats each day.
A day?
each day. Yeah.
Was your butt burning?
I mean, yeah, and I got like a little lazy around like day 9.
Yeah.
Like I was real intense like the first little bit, and then like day 9 I was like, am I really about to do this 100 squats? And then like I skipped a couple of days.
I feel like it hurt.
It might be day like 17 now at this point because I'm not. I just.
Are you doing with a band on and all that stuff?
Yeah, like I'll like switch it up and do some with like weight, some with like a band. We were using like a bag of rice because like I didn't have no weights or nothing. So
I got some here. Y'all can come grab.
But then like I finally upgraded and I found some dumbbells, so now I like got rid of the rice bag. Yeah. But like you got the whole setup.
Shout out to the rice.
Them big ass rice bags.
They were valid. Like, damn, she would say
it was 20 pounds. Yeah. Well, the funny part is I already had it. Dakota bought the wrong bag of rice and didn't like it, so it's just been sitting at the house for a while. So I was like, yo, this is 20 pounds. Like, I'm definitely about to squat this. But you have the whole setup in your. You like built your whole.
Well, I built one here for us, and then I built one at the house. Yeah.
There's one here.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's got back there. We have the hack machine. What's back there? Ab machine, a whole squat rack. Leg press. Yeah, I built a whole gym back there.
You didn't tell me. I've been lifting bags of rice, Larry.
Well, I figured because we got a quarantine, right? We're all quarantined together anyway. I figured I'd put it back there. We got all the wipes in the world in here. And all the sanitize. I got Maticides, Saniderm. I mean, we can sterilize some shit. So we're good. So that's why I built it. I put it back. It's just right back there. Y'all go back there anytime y'all want. And that hack machine ain't no joke. I love that leg pressing hack machine. It's a 2-in-1.
What's a hack machine?
A hack machine is like, it's for like your back, you can use it for back your hamstrings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's a really good machine. I like to do it backwards. Most of the time you put it this way and you just squat down, right?
That's in the back?
Yeah. But I like to go reverse. I like to put it this way and kind of go lower. Yeah. Because then it gets more back here for me.
Yeah.
But that machine's back there. There's curl bar, there's a straight bar, there's a bench, incline, decline.
I'm honestly like so mad right now because I've been at home.
It's even got mats on the floor so it's all soft.
There's a whole gym in the back this whole time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a boat.
Wow.
And a boat.
Where'd all that stuff come from? Your house?
No, a friend of mine, about a couple weeks ago, he shut his gym down because, all this going on.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, I didn't really want to renew my lease and then not know what would happen going forward.
Okay.
So I was like, well, what do you want? He's like, I'm just going to sell everything. So I was like, everything? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, what do you want for it? He told me a price and I was like, do you need the money? He's like, honestly, yeah. He's like, I need it. I'm just messed up. I don't really want to sell it. So I was like, well, listen, we're too close friends. I don't want to do that. If you don't want to sell it, man, don't do that. I was like, I'll buy a little bit of it and then you can keep the rest. He's like, honestly, I'm putting it in storage, so I got to pay a storage bill. I got to do this. He's like, all you're doing is helping me. So I was like, all right. And we got my 20-foot trailer or 16-foot trailer, and we went over there and just he helped me load everything up.
That works out too because he can still use it. You know what I mean? If y'all are close.
I even have the ropes, like the big ass ropes.
Ropes too.
We got all kinds of shit. So,
this is insane. I can't believe this whole time I didn't even know that, and I was just at home squatting rice.
No, what I have in my house is barely anything compared to what's here. We have more here than I have in my house. I just got a little treadmill for my house today, though. So.
Oh, you got a treadmill for the house?
Oh, okay. One of the little portable ones. See, neither do I, but I don't have a bike.
Yeah.
And I'm big, man, so I need like one of them old bikes. I need one of them old, like, the beach bikes, the beach cruisers with the big seat. Cause,
don't want the seat that's lower.
I don't want to feel like I'm getting raped the whole time riding. You get on that thing feeling like.
The seat, yeah. Yeah, you do need it.
Yeah, my daughter got the little cruiser now, so she's good. So I'm gonna get me one.
I want a bike. See, I want a bike. I want rollerblades. I want all that. I'm just trying to be outside. I'm just ready for the.
I live outside. I don't ever. When we're home, we're outside. Even if it's cold, I bundle the kids up. We're outside.
Because your backyard is like Six Flags.
Yeah. Well, no, we're in the front yard right now because my pool's closed and I don't want to open it. And then the kids try to jump because they'll jump in it. They're like, "Oh, can we open the pool?" So
they get one nice day. And
so I think I'm going to open it up next week anyway. Yeah. But I'm in the middle of building a kitchen out back, so I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
I'm having somebody else doing it now because I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it. I built half of it and stopped.
Dang, I'm ready for the pool. When are we having a pool party?
As soon as we get it open. As soon as the weather, because we're getting a heated pool. Like, my wife has said that she don't care this year we're getting heated. Because she doesn't, my wife won't. Amanda is not getting in that pool unless it's
warm.
80 to 90. Yeah. She's not getting in it.
That's a hot tub.
Yeah. And that's what she wants next is a hot tub. So we're going to build a hot tub off of the deck.
Nice. Yeah. dang, I would never want to leave.
That's the whole reason I
would
did
just
it.
stay home all the time.
Well, that was the deal. Like, so I told my wife, and she'll tell you, when we were looking for houses, I said, listen, every time we would go to a house, the first thing I do is walk out back. I'm like, listen, the house is yours. I'm not buying the house. I'm buying that backyard.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even happy where we lived with our yard because it's smaller. And I was like, I want the biggest pool we can get because we got a lot of kids. So first pool we got was bigger. It was fiberglass, and then that stuff got messed up. So we got a liner, but which I'm not really like. I like it. I wish I would have had the fiberglass because then they don't have to worry about like the liner getting ripped and shit.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's cool though. It's got a diveboard slide, basketball court, volleyball net.
I've seen the videos. Well, because
it's a resort.
I follow Cheney too on Instagram, so like whenever she was babysitting, like I would always see videos and stuff like that.
I love her to death. Cheney's my girl.
Yeah, she's really nice.
And the thing is like you see her on Instagram, you'd be like, oh shit, this is how that ain't even who she is. That's just her Instagram.
Right.
She just knows how to market herself because she's bad. I mean, she got a bad body. Like she uses what she has to help her, you know.
Right. I mean, if you got it, flaunt it. But she is like super nice too.
That's what I was gonna say.
You wouldn't
like,
expect that. Like
if you just took her looks away, and just her personality, the kids love her to death. I love her to death. Like my wife loves her.
Yeah.
They talk all the time. Even when she came back from vacation, or she came back for like something, I forget what. She stopped by the house, helped the kids make the eggs and stuff. You know, I love her. She's not cheap.
She charged you a lot?
Oh, no, she charges what she was worth.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
There's a difference, you know. You could get.
I mean, you're watching somebody's kids. Like, if you're comfortable with that person, then they are worth.
She's been our favorite nanny.
Yeah.
Like when you go through our, because we haven't had a lot of nannies. We're very particular with our kids. But when you look at the nannies that we've had, hands down, she's been the best. Dinner's always been done, even though she ain't the greatest cook, because she's worried about more of like the educational and the getting everybody situated. But the kids love her to death. Like absolutely love her. So
yeah, I can tell.
We'll find another one.
I was gonna say, didn't you have to like let her like?
No, we didn't have to let her go. She went to Florida. She's always gone.
Yeah, she's always traveling. And stuff.
She was in the middle of finishing her college, but what happened was it was getting overwhelming between working for us full time, going to school full time, and still doing something else. I forget what else she was doing. At the time, it was just so much that she was getting stressed out. You could just see her like getting down and out, and I don't like seeing people that way. And if there's something we could do, so we just cut her hours back for her, gave her more time, and then we started seeing even that was hard because she started student teaching. Yeah. That's what it was. She was student teaching. So on top of that, when you student teach, you got to make all of the criteria for classroom. Yeah. So you got that, you got school, and you got 4 of my kids. And, they still got schoolwork, they have homework, they have tutoring that has to be happening.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It was just a lot. And shout out to her because she did it for a while. And I kept talking to my wife, and my wife kept saying the same thing. She was like, "Oh, I want her. I feel bad," because we felt bad, like cutting her off all the way. Like, she needs that money. Does she need it? And realistically, she doesn't. But when you start creating income and then it gets taken away, it's like fuck. Everybody understands.
I was gonna say right now, that's literally what's happening to everybody.
So that's what it is. But we do need a nanny. We need another. Yeah. I miss it. I miss coming home to just cook dinners. Right. I miss coming home to clean house, dishes done. Right. I don't know how to do it.
What do you do? You're not even like in the house much now, even though you're quarantined, right?
Nah, I'm
usually here. Come in here.
We're working. We work every day. We work. I work more now than I worked before.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell. Like literally, on your stories, you'll be up at like freaking 4.
I still do that. That's just a normal thing for me.
Yeah.
I text him like, "Yup," and he's been working like. I think we got 1 or 2 shows. No, we did 1 at 4:30, but he's been staying up till like 3, 4 in the morning, editing and getting all this stuff together to get the content out. So like, he hasn't been up for the 4 o'clocks. So I just, instead of doing something, I just do something else. But I usually never get on my. I haven't get on my phone at all at 4 because I don't want to get on social media and get any negativity.
Is it easy for you to wake up at 4?
Well, 3:45 is when I wake up. But I always pray first, and then I have a routine in the morning. And first thing I do is I wake up and I'm like, "Thank you for waking me up, Jesus." Well, I say Father. And then I just I go through a little prayer, and I just lay there for a second. And then I have to get up though. If I don't get up, And I have an alarm for 4, so that way if I don't get up,
just in case, yeah.
But I'm already up. I'm usually out the door by 4.
That's wild.
And
See,
I can't stay home.
Pre-quarantine, I would have to wake up at 5 to go to the gym at 5:30 because I had to be back so that Jordan could go to work, and then I would have to watch Romy.
Well, that's what it is for me.
But now it's like I don't have to wake up at that time, so now I gotten back used to sleeping until like
and
she
I don't
wakes
either.
up.
I don't either because my wife, with the way she's working, she's still like, there's no way I can make her get up at 6:30.
Yeah.
Right? So she doesn't really leave the house till 8:30, and usually it's because she has a meeting in the morning at like 8 that she has to do live.
Oh, okay.
So she usually will get up right before, get in the shower, get ready, and then she'll have her meeting with all the executives, and then that's when she leaves. So I have till about 8. So technically I don't have to get up anymore because I can get up at like 5 and still go to the gym.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's just about that time. I don't know what 4 o'clock, and I just talked to Wynn about this yesterday. 4, everybody that's worked for me, that works for me now, has said the number 4. They've worked here for 4 years. They've done something for 4 years.
Okay.
And then yesterday, it just, another thing happened. I got 4 kids. I get up at 4 a.m. So I'm starting to believe 4 is my number.
You might as well just keep going to 4.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. It's just everywhere I look at it.
There. Yeah. I know a lot of people that are big into like numbers and the meaning behind them and all of that. So.
Well, I never was, and then I started listening to other people, and it's like, when they say trust the process of stuff, right? How I can explain when they say that is, you literally are watching stuff happen, and just you don't even understand how it's happening, to the point where money comes when you're not expecting it.
Yep.
People pay. Man, that's how y'all got all that when I said everybody money that day. It was because literally somebody that had owed me for like a minute, like I don't forgot about this person, didn't even remember. The next thing you know, I'm looking and it was like, you've got. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Well, I looked down at my Cash App because it doesn't go off too often. So like, I looked down at it, and I was like, from Larry, $50. So that's why I texted you. I was like, no, you just accidentally sent me $50. Like, you want me to send it back? And then you were like, no, that's for you. And I told Jordan, I was just like, that's literally the nicest thing.
Well,
like,
and the funny part is, right, I sent everybody the money, and I literally was trying to group message text everybody that, hey, I just sent everybody money, just kind of do something with it for the day. Just like because we've been stuck in the house, like, you could go do something with this, right? And before I could even send it, all of you guys individually sent me the same message. I was like, shit. So now, like, texting everybody individually, like, and instead of just sending it to the group.
It was like so random, so I'm pretty sure everybody was like, you want your money back because you accidentally just sent me money.
Pete was the first one. He must have been right on his phone when that happened.
Then I get on Instagram because it's not like I immediately went around and was like, did you get money? Did you get money? So like then I get on Instagram, everybody posts on their story like best balls, love Larry.
I even sent it to Gracie. And she, it's just like, I just want everybody to have like, and it worked. And you know what was crazy about that moment was Alicia did her podcast and says, at that time, she needed $50. What was it for? She needed $50 for something. Oh, her application for her new place. And she literally was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, blah, blah. And she was like, and then all of a sudden, the money was in. She was like, and I needed that $50 for that application. She was like, it just worked.
Yeah.
And then there was another situation where she called me. That's when I got on Instagram, she had me all teary-eyed. And I was like, I love you.
Yeah.
It was because she needed help, and she just, I don't know why she didn't reach out to me first. Not because
it's not easy for everybody to ask for help, though.
Yeah, but when I say that if I got it, you got it. This is how it is. Because at the end of the day, I make whatever back. Yeah. I'm not. I can be completely broke, and I'll be alright by the next week. Because I'll just figure it out, and that's what's happened. Like I literally, just now I've been waiting for this order for 6 months to come in, and it just come in, another order come in, so that's money I got sitting there. Yeah. As soon as I decide to post them, he's changing my whole supply stores look online, so I'm not really messing with it. So he posted one of us, and I mean he's killing it. He took them pictures and blacked out the background, did all that. I mean he's making it look legit as shit. I was like, damn. Because it is legit, but I don't know how to do that, like that part of it, you know what I mean? So it's working, and then it's the power supplies, the wireless ones. You know, they're good money, and they're great power supplies. So once we put them on, they'll sell. Yeah. And the marketing side, I can't wait till because what he's doing, I'm gonna let you know now, because this part I didn't tell anybody. He's branding everybody. So what he's doing, he's building websites for every person. So when you get on, and he'll show you when we get off here what I'm talking about. He's gonna brand it to where your logo, your brand, like this here, will have its own look. So it's not about artistic additions; it's about you. Like so, when somebody will look something up, it'll say, you know, if you want microblading, it'll say Arts by Cynthia.
Right.
And she works at Artistic Additions, like, because it's just the house.
Yeah.
As long as the house can pay the bills and the house gets money coming in, we're always going to grow.
Right.
So it's more about branding everybody now individually.
Yeah, everybody in there. Yeah, I just came across a video that was made, I don't exactly know who made it, but the video was made for Dom. And I didn't even realize, like, at that time we were in here, Jordan was getting tattooed. So he was in the whole video the whole time. So we, like, stumbled across it, and I was like, oh,
that's Stefan. That was Stefan on that one. That was, so he does, like, he does those style videos because we're more going towards, like, the get to know you video. Yeah. Where we still want that feel, though, because that's, like, I love them ones. Yeah. Little videos with the music going and shit. I love that.
Yeah, those are cool.
Sorry, we get off topic. That's what happens, though. We ain't seen each other in 10 years.
Right. It has been a little bit, though. That's why you just gotta get off.
So what made you get into the microblading then?
So actually, I've always been the kind of person, even in high school, never really wanted, like, more of, like, the cookie cutter jobs. Was never really interested in anything specific, nothing that I could find at that moment. So even when people would ask me, like, what are your plans after high school? Like, I would always tell them I really don't know. I was even considering going into the military for a while because I was just so confused. Like, there was nothing that I really liked to do.
That's understandable.
Every job that I ever had, like, I always found myself working my way up to that leadership position, and then once things became stagnant, I would get bored. And then I would just I would be like, okay, if you got nothing better for me, then I'm just going to go somewhere else and see what they have. But that's, like, how I've always been. So that's why once me and Jordan went to a tattoo convention, like, a long time ago, years ago.
The one that we were at? Or was it after that or before that? The one you got tattooed by Pete?
I don't know if it was that one or if it was one before that. Because there's one where we got tattooed and there's one where we didn't. Yeah. So I don't remember which one it was, but I know I was walking around and I saw some girl doing eyebrows. And I was like, oh, is that what they do in here now? Like, I thought they just tattooed, but like, so I was like, kind of paying attention. I was like, what exactly is she doing? And she was tattooing the eyebrows, or like in this case, what I do, microblading. So I like took her car and I looked in her Instagram and I was like, oh, she's dope. Like, I'm definitely about to do this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, it's not like I would consider myself to be artistic, but I mean, I can definitely handle myself when it comes to drawing an eyebrow. So I was like, let me just see where this would take me. At that time, I had a full-time position at like a gynecologist office. So like, I'm sitting here on the computer supposed to be doing my work, but I'm like making my logo and I'm like trying to figure out like what school like I should go to, and I'm like, you know, figuring things out in that aspect because I was so just like, once I found that out, I was like one direction. I was like, this is what I'm about to do. So then after that point, it was once I got the money saved up, because with stuff like that, it's not like I can make monthly payments. So I had to wait until I had that certain amount of money saved up for the school. So once I got that saved up, it was done. I took the classes in Jersey, and then after that, I was like, I'm going to start doing it out of my house, which that's not okay. At the time, I didn't know that. I thought that was a good thing. So I was like, I'm just going to do it at my house for a little bit until I can make enough money, establish myself, and then quit my job. All, like, full set. So that was definitely scary. Like, first, you know, waiting for that. It felt like I was waiting forever. Like, I don't know what I was waiting for, but I was waiting to feel like I was okay to completely let go of everything else that I had. So it just got to that point where I just told Jordan, I was like, all right, I'm ready. Like, let's go. And that's when I started at the hair salon. And I started at the hair salon, and that's when I actually quit my job and was doing it there. And then things didn't work out, and then that's when I went to my salon suite. So like, it was definitely something that like I knew. My main drive was just being my own boss. My main drive was just finding something that I would like to do by myself and for myself. So that's what put me onto the microblading in the beginning. But now I'm slowly finding out that like my real passion is just being in that role, just being able to like be in that position. Just be a boss. Like, I know that sounds cheesy, but that's literally what I found that I'm more in love with, and I'm more in love with like this place here. Once you finally find somewhere that you can mix like what you love doing, where you love doing it at, like it's just perfect. So that's why now I'm just trying to like slowly get out of just microblading and more into like what you do, like more into like creating my own team, but obviously like under this roof, because this is I want to keep that vibe. I want to keep that family structure. Like that's what keeps people interested in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I wasn't microblading here, I don't even know if I would still be doing it. To be honest with you.
I remember when you came here and said that one day. You said, "I just don't know if I want to do this anymore."
Yeah, it got confusing because it was like I was just being bounced around from place to place, and I couldn't find I couldn't get comfortable in what I was doing because it just went from my home, which was uncomfortable, to then a hair salon, which made no sense, to then officially doing it on my own. But it was like I was still in the beginning stages, so it just became more difficult than anything. It became more like, how am I going to pay my bills, as opposed to like focusing on like what I love. Yeah. So it kind of tore that down. And when I came in here, I realized I was like, wait, do I just love it here, or do I still love what I do? Like,
it is here. Yeah. That's how I feel, because I literally will come in here. Even with if I have all day to cancel, I'll still come in here and shut. And Alicia will, you sure you don't want to get here? No. Yeah. She's like, oh, you sure I can call? No, don't call anybody. I'm just here. I just want to be here. I don't care. Right. I don't care. And if I had summertime, I might not be. I might be in the pool. Y'all might be mad with the picture.
That's a little bit different in the summertime. So weather gets a little nice. Like, it's gonna be nice getting in here, but then also nice leaving when the sun's still up. Like, it's gonna be a nice mix of both.
Yeah, that's why I work 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. I can get off in time, go home, and spend about 3 hours in the pool with the kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, that's like the perfect setup, and that's why it's good to make your own schedule and all of that too, because it takes that stress. I mean, there's more stress because you're in that position where everything is on your shoulders, but there's less because you have full control over
as long as you can. What I would say is just figure out the business side of it with the taxes, the thing, and that's where I'm telling you, and when you're ready to go to that level, Alicia, you can ask Alicia, go to my accountant. I'll help you set it up. I'll get you where you need to be with her. I'll even get you in there for the first time, so that way you can get set up, so you understand how to navigate this, right? Because I could say I'm a professional at fucking everything up, right? It's just I've always made enough money to fix my fuck up. Yeah. And I'm talking serious fuck up. IRS and the taxes and the payrolls and it's not hard. It's not hard to fuck shit up, right? But if you can find the right person to navigate you with that, and that's what you need. You need an accountant. Yeah. You need an accountant, and it helps. Definitely. It helps to have a bookkeeper. And you can do that part. You got to figure that part out. Because what's going to happen is, once we open back up and you start getting busy again, and you stay booked for a long time, you're going to hit numbers. And then at the end of the year, you're going to be like, shit, I got to pay on these numbers. And you don't know where to do it and how much you're supposed to do.
I got the first taste of that this past time when I did my taxes. I had to pay out of pocket, didn't get nothing back. So this was the first official year, though, that I had been microblading just that full year with no other, income to provide for the taxes. So, I know the year before that, I actually still got money back, and I was like, oh, okay, this whole business thing is easy, because I was only doing it, not full time. It was just, on the side.
And that's where I want to work with you on next is your marketing and helping you with your team that you're trying to get.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's another thing, too, is, once that team is chosen, or once the two people have been picked, I kind of need to figure out, okay, would it be more beneficial for me if they each make their own Instagrams based upon what they're doing, or if they should all be tied in?
How would you say do that, Win? That would be something we'll talk about with him.
You can have 2 apprentices and you're bringing them on?
Yeah, because that's the part I don't know.
So I would just say, I think they all need to have their own individual brands, but if they're new to it, I see you already have 2,000 followers, to kind of give them that boost, you can kind of give them that clientele. Give them a shout out and just have them build from there.
That's what I do.
But when clients come in and stuff like that, you definitely want them active on it.
Yeah. Right.
Make sure, all of mine have their own, but you have to push them. Yeah. You have to, but also don't push them until you really 100% believe in them a little bit. Yeah. Even on steps, because people will use what you've given them to their advantage, but not understand that you're not going to grow because you didn't allow it. Yeah. So, and they take it, that happens, trust me, it's happened a lot. I've watched a lot of people coming through this door because I promote everybody that I believe. If I hire you, I believe in you, and you're going to get promoted. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to get the promotions going because I'm already in the middle of a bunch of shit. Yeah. But it happens. And understand this in mindset. They might walk in here and you might believe in them, but they might not be the ones. Mm-hmm. You have to be willing to let them go. Yeah. You have to be willing to say, listen, you're beat. This is not for you, because there's money involved. So, do you already think you have the 2?
So I still have more interviews left. Out of the people, I've already interviewed 2, and I have about 2 or 3 left.
Yeah.
So out of the 2 that I already interviewed, I can tell you, I'm definitely leaning more towards one option over the other. Yeah. But I have no idea what the others, are about to be like. The way it is for microblading, when you actually learn the way I was taught, I would never want to teach anybody else. Yeah. Just because it's literally like, okay, I'm giving you this information, now good luck. Yeah. And I don't want, my name to be on anybody with crazy looking eyebrows. So that's why with the apprenticeship, I'm able to just like take my time, make sure like they're taught. It's less of like okay, you have to get in this much information in this amount of time, and just more of like okay, just really learn what you love to do.
Yeah, and an apprenticeship can go from 30 days to a year to 2 years. Yeah. It depends on how much effort and energy they put into it.
Yeah.
And if you can see the growth. Right. If you see a growth and you're like, okay, because we'll get you all the fake skins, because they sell the skins that actually have the eyebrows where you can do
eyebrows on them.
Yeah, so I'm going to get a bunch of them for you so you can use them for that. But realistically, I'd say at least 6 months, and I would make sure that they are 100% committed.
Definitely.
And if you need me to come in, I'll be the one to tell them they got to go. Because at the end of the day, efforts need to be put forward.
Absolutely.
Because it's a name. You don't want to tarnish it. Right. This is going to be your first class, right? So this is the first of many. So if your first 2 come out and they're shining,
right,
it just throws you up bigger. So then we can go internet. We can go, okay, you can come on, and we'll put you in this team. But the thing is, they got to come in. They actually hands on it. It's got to be at least a 6-month course, and they have to be hands on. That whole shit where they come in, you go in for 2 days, and then the rest of the time you're online and you're doing this shit on paper, and then you send it to them, and they don't like. I watched Jamie go through it, and I'm just thinking to myself, there's no way. Every artist in here did one time, and we have beasts in here. You're gonna tell me that they're like, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. No. See, no, I don't trust that either. Even though that's literally the training that I received, I didn't get to the point where I'm at now until I had practice. Because when I first left there, I remember I did my mom's eyebrows. That was the first set of eyebrows I actually ever did. Uh-huh. And looking back on it, I could have swore them things were on point, but they actually looked terrible. Yeah. Good thing is, like, I didn't actually give her touch-up, which is required, so they ended up completely fading out. If you look at her now, it's not like you can see anything. Yeah. But, like, you need that practice. It's not going to be enough for me to just tell you what to do, and I just need to know. I need to get the vibe from these people that they're going to be 100% invested in it. Like, that this is what they want to do, and that once we're done with the whole apprenticeship, that they're going to be here with it. Like, they're going to, be doing what I'm doing, or, like, I told them from the jump, at least the 2 that I had, that, like, I will be here marketing you. Like, I will be here helping you, because the number one concern for these apprentices is the same thing that I had, except I didn't have any help. Yeah. So my number one concern when I dropped my actual career and then, switched to do something like this is it's scary, because you don't know if you're going to succeed. You don't know if people are actually going to buy, what you're selling. So the 2 interviews that I had, that's what their concerns were. They were like, well, how do I, know that I'm actually going to get people? Do you think I'm going to get people? And I'm trying to explain to them that I didn't have that at all. I had to go completely on a whim, and it was terrifying. So I'm here to help. That's why I want to be in here.
I feel like, honestly, women support each other. Like, you'll get a group. They'll get a group of people. If they're good-hearted people, and they're good, and they have a little following, and they have family and friends, stuff gets out. You can get enough, and the cost of it, and the percentages of it, and all that, like, you can live off of a few a week.
Right.
I mean, it'll be tight, but you can work.
You don't even like realize the power of word of mouth until you have to experience it yourself, and then you're just like, oh, okay, this mom gets it done, and then she tells her daughter, and her daughter gets it done, and she tells her friend, and then it's like it just from that.
And then you have everybody in here that will be posting it.
Right.
We all post for each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a support team. So like they don't even realize the support that they have behind their backs.
Right.
So I'm not worried about that part. We'll work with them on that. And I'll have Win brand them. Like, we'll get them branded.
Yeah.
Trademarked, all that good stuff. But after the fact of you saying you believe in them, like, just make sure, because it costs me some money to do that. I don't want to do something and then not go forward, because I get mad over that.
And then it not be worth it. It's like wasted. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's definitely.
I've wasted money plenty of times, and I'll do it again. In business, you gotta understand. In businesses, it comes and it goes, and I feel like if the more I put out, you got to be willing to put it back out, because I stay moving money. I just keep moving it forward, because I know what it's going to do. And that's the same thing with them. When you get into the marketing, now get into the supplies and the stuff and the materials, because eventually we will be moving that house into its own house. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to get to the point where we have to.
Right.
There's too many women.
Right.
And if it's making money, I'm going to go ahead and open up another store.
Yeah.
And if I can, I'll take this one right next door.
But that's my goal. End of 2020, I definitely want just to already have those 2 apprentices, depending on when everything opens back up and we can get started. I want them to be, if not, fully ready, pretty close to being ready.
This is what I would tell you is if you found that one and you know for her for sure, lock her in now. Not with a payment, because fuck man, I don't know when we're gonna open. So I wouldn't do that with the money wise. What I would do is I can give you a non-compete clause to sign. Get her to sign it, get her to get started by doing some research, maybe some Q&As, some stuff, like give her some study tests, like give her some of the papers to do, like the eyebrows on paper. But that one that you really, really like, I'd get her started sooner than later.
Yeah.
Even if you do get the money, and just say, listen, just so you know, I'm not starting you into this part of that, but I'll give you all of the knowledge I can give you building up to it until we can get to the point where you can actually start microblading fake skin. But give her paperwork, give her stuff to do, test it, check it, double check it, triple check it.
Okay.
Like, get on her.
Just stay on her.
But don't be nice, but don't be friendly. Don't let her get away with something when you know it's not 100%.
Right.
And it's not being ignorant, it's just constructive criticism, and if you want to be the best, you gotta be trained by the best.
Oh, for sure.
And
You
the
gotta
best
know
is the
how to
person
take.
that's gonna tell you.
You gotta take it, and you gotta be able to give it. But I think I'll get started with the one, just because I think that would be like, everybody's got downtime now, so it'd be the best time.
It'd be the best time for her to learn. That's why I'm doing it with Gracie right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Look where she's at already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
she's about to come out of quarantine and killing it. Like,
she's gonna come out of quarantine tattooing.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're spending like 46 hours, 5 hours a week straight.
Yeah.
Just that. So it's not like she's not putting in her work.
Right.
Whereas an apprentice usually wouldn't put that much time and effort into one apprentice at that, because when you come back, you're still going to be working.
Yeah.
So like, they can only see so much until they put their hands on something and do it. It's different.
Right.
Most people are hands on. I'm hands on.
Oh, I'm hands on. Yeah, I'm hands on.
I feel like that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
And that's why Gracie was like, I was so happy you put me in it and straight, just let me do a portrait. I was like, why the fuck would I know anything else? Like,
right.
I only know you for portraits. I would not bring you here and be like, oh, write this.
No.
Lettering is not what.
No. But that's too good. She's way too good to be even fooling around with anything else other than that.
Who was it? Oh, like Marcus Demetrius, good friend of mine. His son's coming to get a tattoo, right? Got a tattoo right before. He wants her to do the script. I'm like, fuck, man, that's not what she does.
Why though?
Why would I have an award-winning artist over here? I got an award-winning artist that does lettering, and you want to go to her? Come on.
Yeah, I would never. That's why I immediately hit her up, and I was like, look, this is important to me. I know for a fact, like, I'm gonna want you to do a portrait of Romy when she gets a little bit older, like. And that's what I'm saying. When I tell her these things, her reaction shows me how like humble she is, or like how she really doesn't know how good she's about to be.
You should hear what I hear.
Yeah.
I know about that. She should hear about Mel wants her to do one, Pete wants her to do one, Catherine wants her to do one. Everybody, I want her to do one. She's about to do one on herself.
She is?
Yep.
Do you know what she's gonna do?
Nope. She wants to do one now. I'd let her do one on somebody that understands that you can't have an expectation. You just gotta let her go, and it takes and it doesn't take her long. The portraits aren't taking her long, and once she does it on skin, it's gonna be even smoother because that fake skin is hard as hell to tattoo.
Yeah.
So, and did you do fake skin when you did your test? So you realize it doesn't have give, so it's a little harder. The pores don't.
Right.
The ink doesn't settle in as much, so it's harder.
Yeah, it is different. It's a lot different.
Yeah, it's way different. And I feel like she gets skin, it's gonna be. And pale skin is way better than any other skin. Like I want her to do that first, and then yellow tones. Like she can do Jordan because he's yellow toned, right? And the reason why I say that is because tones change things.
Yeah.
It makes it harder to tattoo something if you don't know how to take from a dark tone to a light tone and use the skin tone that you have already. Okay,
right, because not all colors are going to show up the same on all skin tones.
And she's learning that now. She's got to learn the colors, so that way she knows what to take out and what to put in when you're working with certain color tones. But that's why when she was at Tampa, I'm like, I have to open a shop because I don't want her to stop growing. And I feel like if I send her down there and I don't know an artist down there well enough to say, okay, I know that they'll keep pushing her.
That's also like when she goes into these shops, she's going to be the new person. So like there might not be an opportunity for her to just go right in and just start doing stuff like this.
No, because I'll go down there and snatch her right the fuck out of the place. If she's down there and all I see her doing Mandela and fucking leather.
She'll be scheduling all everybody else.
No, they'll tattoo her because they see money in her.
She's good as hell. She should be tattooing.
But if it's not portraits and it's not real color and it's not something that she's into, I'd come down there and snatch her out.
Right.
Because I don't want her to do that. And that's why I get on Mel about, like, stop doing what you don't want to do.
Right.
You got to do some stuff. You got to do some stuff to pay your bills, right?
Right.
But that's where you learn line work. Like, use it to your advantage to learn, but make sure you push the hell out of what you want to do. Because you want to be known for what you do, not for just tattooing.
Just tattooing.
Like, it's better to say, oh, I know Gracie because she does portraits. Oh, I know Pete because he likes black and gray realism. Oh, he's good at line work. Mandela. Pete's good at
Dom kills lettering.
Yeah, everybody's known
mm-hmm.
for something. I'm known for cover-ups.
Yeah.
So like, but really what I'm known for is putting a story together on a tattoo. That's what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just different. Like you got to be known for something. You got to have something that you're known for, because once you get that, you don't even have to look for clientele.
Right.
Like, that's why I don't have a lot of followers, because I don't need any more clientele.
Right. Yeah.
I really don't. I don't want any more clientele. As much as I love getting new people and stuff and like hearing that stuff, I got a powerful clientele that they send me their kids, their family, their nephews, their and then I'll start losing them, and it's like I start losing a part of my family, and I don't need it.
Yeah. Plus, you're sitting there with that person for so long. You kind of want to have like that connection. Like you don't want it to be like awkward. I mean, lucky me, everybody closes their eyes, so I don't really have a lot of interaction when I'm actually like microblading that person. But if I were to, and if I were to, like it, I would definitely make sure. I would prefer that clientele that you just get along with.
Yep.
Like,
I gotta teach you next is eyeliner and lips.
I'm trying to just play with the machine, honestly.
Well, that's why. I ordered that one. And I'm just waiting on it.
When's that gonna come in?
Man, I don't know. With all this shit going on, who knows? Like, I literally waited for the one order 6 months. I just got it. And it's not even. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what or when or how.
Amazon's been tripping lately.
Yeah.
Everything says like 2 weeks that it'll take, and then it just shows up at my doorstep.
Even with the Nintendo Switch, they're tripping. They got it on there for $600. You ain't never heard of capitalism, man? Shit, stop. Amazon need to get their game up on that one. Stop letting people double market shit. It should be 2 times the price.
You can sell anything on Amazon, as long as if you're like an Amazon seller, you can.
Yeah, but you gotta do. We figured out like I didn't even know about that. You gotta have certain branding to get onto there. So, and that's the thing with this industry is what we're fighting with now in this industry, and everybody's always gonna have a problem with it, and you're gonna have it in yours. Is you're gonna start getting to a level where you want to make your own stuff because you want it a certain way, right? Like you're like, oh, I don't like this anymore. This is stupid. Why do you do it? There's always ways to simplify things to make it better. Yeah. Some people think when I say, oh, make that stop cheapen this down a little bit. What I mean by that is not like cheapen the quality. Take some of the shit out to make it cheaper to build, so it's cheaper to sell. Yeah. So that way it can be worth it, because a lot of stuff you put into it you don't even need. Yeah. You can dumb it down a little bit, and it still does the same fucking thing, even better. And that's with programming, that's with computers, or that's with some of these needles. Because you can go back in the day, it was just about the good tight soldering and how high, the tapering of it. Like, there's certain things, but now with these cartridges, that's a completely different thing. The springs gone. So with yours, I just don't know, and that's the studying I'm doing now, is like trying to figure out. So I'm in with this company that's through FK Irons that does all microblading. It's called Microview or something like that. I had to show it to you, but I'm a distributor of that company, and I don't know hide or hair what to do with it. I don't know what to get for you. I don't know any of that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta reach out to some people. I'm gonna reach out to Emily first, because she does it too, and she went and got all her courses, like to the master degree or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Okay.
So I think she's doing it, and once you do that, it's so much easier. Tattoo and eyebrows is way easier to microwave. Yeah. For one, you're gonna cut your time in half.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna spend more time focusing on just getting it set up the way you like it. And that program that I'm getting, that one that I got for you, you can take the picture and literally put it out and make a stencil.
That in itself cuts out like at least 30-35 minutes of mapping because I'm the one that has to sit here and take all the measurements of where they're supposed to go before I even do it. Imagine I just take a picture and then put a stencil on their face. Like, that would literally cut out like 35-40 minutes of each person.
It's so crazy.
It'd be way more precise.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's just so crazy. It's just technology. It's just technology. And that's where I don't want to stop growing. That's one thing I try to tell a lot of people is that out front?
Yeah, it's
Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about that. There was a little incident out front of the shop.
Some crazy stuff went down.
And then we decided we wanted to bring Romy up in here. She wanted to get some fame.
Special guest appearance.
Yep, by the famous Romy. So, this was the reason why she wasn't here for a while.
This was
right there.
Right here. This was the reason why.
And just so you know, if you come to the shop, there's quite a few times she's actually here.
She will probably be here. She will probably be here.
Somebody's holding her.
Somebody in here is holding her.
Yep, because mommy got to work. Hi, Romy. Hi.
You probably miss it here too, huh? You were in here every day.
Yeah, I know she does. Everybody misses you. They always talk about you, even in the group messages.
I know. I'm like, by the time we actually come back in here,
she'll be running around here.
She's gonna be running around.
Yeah, getting into everything.
I have to get like a pack and play up in here.
We have a baby gate stuff.
Artistic editions.
We have the baby gate right there.
Yep.
We have to do it. It's gonna be child proofed.
We're gonna have to child proof a tattoo shop.
Yeah, you ever seen a child proof tattoo shop? Welcome.
Artistic editions.
Hey.
I feel like it's hot in here with all that excitement.
Yeah, well, it is hot in here. Actually, I feel like the same way. I'm hot now. Like, we were all in a roll for a little while. We had a good conversation going. I don't even remember where it was. I done forgot everything. That was very eventful.
It was 10 degrees cooler when we were first doing this. All right, no big deal.
Did
So I told him my goals.
And
he didn't tell me mine, but I told him.
Oh, there you go.
My goals for you, is to open up a store. That's my goal.
Right.
Is like to open up a store that you and Alicia can run.
Yeah.
That way it can go where it needs to. And until I can get you, and that's why I was talking to Alicia on the podcast, was I told Alicia, I was like, she'll probably have to run it at first because I don't know until I can get the time with you to teach you like everything in the industry of like everything that needs to be taught, which we have time to do now.
Yeah.
So that's what I think I'm going to focus more with you is business side.
Right.
So that way we can get you geared in and locked in, and then we can just venture out.
Right, because that would benefit me both, like, you know, while I'm dealing with my apprentices and running the Arch by Cynthia part, but then also benefit once you.
Yes. It's just growth. At the end of the day, it's just about growing. It's about what's next, what we can go to next. Like how big we can take this. Because the objective is a school.
Right.
I want a school for everything. Because I want to be able to teach the people the right way.
Yeah.
So that way they can go on to the next step. And I'm looking for artists that are beasts. You know, I would love to have a sick artist here that is good at teaching too, because they can put that part in. Like, I don't have to do the apprenticeship part of it. I can do the business side of it.
Right.
And they can do the apprenticeship part of it, as long as they are good at what they do and they have a positive attitude. So with that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here.
It's been real.
Remember to go follow her. Arch by Cynthia, right?
Arch by Cynthia.
Yes, Arch by Cynthia. You think I should? But go follow it. You heard her. Romy said if you don't follow it, she'll be mad. Tell her how you feel. You'll make a little baby cry because you won't go follow her. Remember that. So go give her some love.
If you don't follow me, you upset her.
Yeah, Romy, tell her. See?
All right.
She's upset. So follow her. See you guys. Keep that millionaire mindset.
Bye.
Bye.